Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my Mogador, going over the matchmaking threats to my ship, the enemy Richtofen, bunch of fat boats, Siegfried, Tallinn, and DD's Shima, Holland, Chungmu, and Asashio. The map is Loop, 3 cap domination, and we're gonna kick this one off. Haven't played Mogador in a bit. She is kind of substantially different than Kleber in my opinion, and the main reason I say that is um, she doesn't have the 13 and a half something like that gun kilometer range that Kleber has standard. She's around 12 and a half kilometers, and that's just quite not enough sometimes. So what I do for Captain Synergy, I drop an AFT captain on Mogador, and that's going to share duties between my Mogador and my Marceau, and I find that the two sync up the best out of my French captains. So, initial game plan here, I'm basically taking a look. I'm kind of on a light flank right now. All of my support is a bunch of fat boats, and they're just being really slow. So I'm just pushing up here, kind of getting ready to turn out in case the CV starts coming this way. But I basically want to peek here, see what's going on. And I see that the enemy's hanging back, and I'm thinking to myself, a lot of the battleships have been camping because of Deadeye. So I'm going to try to make a little assassination play. I know a DD just stepped on cap here. I know it's not the Asashio. So I'm going to throw some torpedoes back in here. And if you see how far the enemy ships are out, that's what's letting me make this play. And I know that there's going to be a DD that's most likely sitting right behind this island. Boom. There he is. Got me a Chungmu. Main battery reload booster time. And he turns right out into the torps. And it's time for me to skedaddle. The Asashio is on the cap right now. Now that shot's actually a mistake. And it's a mistake because I should be looking to disengage, and there's an island right here. The island alert just pops up right here, so I'm like, oh shit. So I thought I had a little bit more room than I did, but I'm just gonna get narrow and just wait it out. I do have my engine boost active. The Asashio's throwing some shots out there. I do have torpedoes, so just gonna throw some torps back through there. Maybe I catch the Asashio. If not, it is what it is. I'm disengaging, having bagged a tier 9 DD for very little cost to myself and my team. With the enemy CV around, I'm not really going to sniff around trying to step on the cap or contest or anything. Really, I don't have a lot of support out here as far as just a Conqueror, and he's going behind an island right now. So I'm just going to play it safe and just kind of kite away and, you know, just be prepared to work on this flank, just kiting enemy ships. Don't have torpedoes, just gonna go to guns. He's not on fire right now, so I've got a good opportunity to light some fires. And of course, Conqueror shoots him and gets all the fires. HE spamming battleships, so good for the game. But I do end up picking up a fire there. And I'm just going to keep kiting back. Shima does pop up. I do take a bit of lead. Now, 13 kilometer shot on the Shimakaze tells you just how accurate these guns are at range. I do land 3 shots on the Shimakaze. That's not bad at this distance. Shimakaze was sailing in pretty straight lines though, so making it easy for me. Just making sure I'm not going to get dropped by the torpedoes, and make some very nice turning circle right in front of a North Carolina. I do get lucky and the FDG burns down, but just looking to re-engage here. I know that there's a Jean Bart pushing, and just profiling Jean Bart players, they really like to push up and just bow tank an area. So I'm anticipating this guy's going to poke this island and basically try to bow tank. So if you look right now, I'm already inside torpedo range of where I'm expecting this guy to be. Jean Bart is really fast, so I could drop torpedoes here. In hindsight, I probably should, but I'm just going to swing around here and drop a stack of torpedoes tight to the island right here, and then I'm just going to fall back. In hindsight, this would have been better, dropping both racks of torpedoes as I was coming through there, and it just take another couple seconds to complete that turn, but it is what it is. The Talon's pushing up. He takes a big hit from my CV, and I'm just going to throw my gun DPM in here and see what I can do to get some damage on this guy. He needs to go. I do end up picking up a torpedo hit on the Jean Bart. Just going to switch targets back here. Jean Bart is flooding, so I'm assuming his repair is down. I do get a lucky fire there. I see that he's still not repairing a flood and a fire, so I'm going to go ahead, pop main battery reload booster, see what I can do to get an extra fire on this guy, get a lot of pressure on this Jean Bart. He's overextending, and he needs to die. And I do end up getting lucky and getting the fire, but I'm kind of in a predicament with the Talon and the Jean Bart able to shoot at me. So just gonna start kiting back and trying to get safe. You get a pretty good hit on me right there. Do get a fire on the Talon. But you can kind of see some of the limitations of shooting this far out. Your dispersion starts to drop off. Jean Bart finally goes down. Talon's low HP with our CV coming in here to work on this guy. And it looks like my CV is going to be able to bag him. Now, we're about equal on ships. We're down a bit on points, and we're just starting to turn this one around. And a big part of the reason we're turning this around is, one, we're cleaning up the low HP targets, but some of these battleships have been pretty tentative about pushing up, and they let some of their teammates that just went ham get massacred. So just reaping the rewards from that. Got a couple DDs in front of me. Holland's low HP, so he's going to be a real priority target. I want to get stepped on the. I want to step on the cap and start to make sure that we get control of these points. I do have my speed boost up. This is a dangerous period, although I do see that the Thunderer has shot, and that's giving me a window to push in here and take the shot at the Holland. Holland goes down. I'm looking to see if the Thunderer is going to be able to get a shot. He's not even looking at me. I'm still detected when the Thunderer goes behind here. That tells me there's likely another DD here or here. So I'm going to dive back in here. Still have my main battery reload booster. Going to try to pick a fight with a DD. And at the same time while this is going on, I'm stopping their points a tick in their favor. I'm not necessarily looking to cap right now. I'm just looking to get whatever damage I can on these ships. I do burn my reload booster here, just thinking I'm not going to get another opportunity at this guy. I'm just anticipating this Asashio is just going to bail south, so that's why I use a reload booster there, just to get an extra shot or two into him before he dips behind the island. And just gonna dip back into the cap. And I see that the Asashio, he's still hanging around, so I'm just gonna come around here and go get in his face. See that the Thunder is not really looking at me. Again, not really looking to cap this point so much, because I know that I'm going to be trying to kill this Asashio. Just trying to get some fires going to generate some pressure on the Thunderer. And here we go. Just kind of driving erratic right here with the, trying to make sure that the Thunder is not going to shoot at me. Incoming fire alert really paying off on the build right here. Just kind of letting me know when things are going to take a shot at me, even though I'm not really able to see them. Thunder misses twice, got a fire on him. Just going to start working on this guy. Now that the game is won, we don't even really need this cap. Now I am going to make a misplay here. CV spotted, he's going full speed. What I should do is cap this and go this way behind the island. Instead, I circle back around and go the long way. And I play this basically too cautious. I could have got a lot more damage here if I had got aggressive and went after this guy with my guns much closer distance than I do here. And part of this is stock gun range for Mogador here. Well, not stock, but the upgraded gun range. And you can see, you know, the shells, you know, they're working pretty good. But as soon as you start getting out to 14 kilometers or so, it gets to be a bit much for the guns. You can still hit targets, but these targets that are wiggling like this, it gets a lot harder to zero in on them. Again, what I should be doing is not sailing off in the wrong direction like a potato. I should be moving to my next target, which is the Richthofen. So definitely a misplay there. And I'm starting to adjust right now, but at this point, if I had went around the correct way, I'd already be shooting up the Richthofen and be farming that damage right now. Instead, I'm way out here in the middle of doing nothing. However, I have put pop speed boost, and being a dirty French boat, I can basically fly like an airplane. Play French DDs is the closest thing you can come to being a CV. So, armor-piercing rockets, usually I don't care too much about them because you just angle at them and there's not much they can do. You can see he makes the mistake, he turns out and gives broadside, gets punished. I'm gonna get a little selfish here and not angle as much as I want to because I want to keep pushing in the direction of the Richthofen. I do take, you know, a 3K hit right there, but I'm just trying to get close to this Richthofen as quickly as possible because he's a CV and CVs must die. So he's managed to get in behind the island. Thankfully, nobody else can really shoot at him well back there, so it's given me an opportunity to push in there and maybe get something done. You're gonna see I'm just gonna steer for the island, and I'm seeing right there just before he started turning in. You can see his turning in going on right now, definitely, and I'm deciding I'm going to set up an ambush with my torpedoes here, and you can see, you know, the rate of closure with this ship is, I mean, it's a French DD. So I'm anticipating he's going to try to just bow tank me coming around the island. So I stacked one set of torps right in here, and I'm getting ready to, once I've got him locked in position, swing out. So coming around here, managed to only pick up one torpedo hit on the first one, but he's going to slow right down into the second set of torps, and that's going to be a dead flat top. So, what do I think of Mogador? It's still a blisteringly strong ship. Even without Concealment Expert, there's a lot you can do to get your torpedoes into the mix, and your torpedoes are a killer. Um, Same thing I do with the with Kleber. One of the key differences, I'm not running Brawler, and I'm not running Brawler on this build mainly because I don't like the concealment hit. And on the French boats, you're right on that razor's edge of being able to make those torpedoes work in a lot of cases. And um, it's one of those things I'm really iffy on Brawler because I typically do a lot of damage with torpedoes on the French boats. And is 10% gun DPM gonna equal it? I don't know, maybe. Um, I'm less thrilled because the fire chances have taken a hit with the Nerf Demolition Expert. You know, so I'll link the build below. This build, however, was played without Brawler just to kind of test it, and we'll see where we sit. Maybe I come back later and decide, you know what, I just play the islands a little harder, and I can get my torpedo damage in that way. I don't know. It's why you test. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this one off. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. The build description, the invite to the community Discord, and the link to my Patreon will all be below. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you guys later.